Hey guys, welcome back to another Dokkan Battle video, and yes, I may be a bit late, but we today are going to be discussing whether or not you should be summoning on this new Super Dragon Ball Heroes banner. So, currently right now, if you are in either Global or JP, the Superhero banners, the Super Dragon Ball Hero banners are out. And for me, in my honest opinion, this has got to be my favorite banner to summon on. Basically, out of all the banners that you could possibly summon within the year, this is probably my favorite one. I would say the second one that comes close to it is the New Year Step Up banner, but like I do like myself a worldwide celebration banner, and I do like myself some what's it called, the anniversary banner. But personally, in my opinion, I get the most joy of summoning the Super Dragon Ball Heroes. And the only reason is because it's guaranteed features. Every single multi, you'll be getting guaranteed features. And if you did see my 800 summon video for this banner, I pulled non-stop hype. It was non-stop hype. I managed to Rainbow Hearts. Well, bit of disclaimer, I did summon did 2 multi-summons before the actual video. So technically it's a 900. But I did Rainbow Hearts, which was pretty cool. Like I did off video multi, so it's like yeah, just to let you guys know. But to be fair, this is a very good banner in my opinion to summon on, it's one of my favorite ones. But here is the age-old question: is this banner even worth it? Is it worth putting your stones, or is it worth saving? I'll be honest with you guys. If you are a free-to-play player, and this is my brutal honesty, skip this banner. As bad as it sounds, skip this banner. If you are a 100% free-to-play player, there are better banners that will come out in the future. One banner specifically is the New Year Step Up celebration, Step Up banners. I would say, I think from the past 3 years or 4 years, those New Year Step Up banners have been 600 stones. So as long as you save 600 stones for the New Year's, go for it. But if you guys have been living under a rock, basically the next Dokkan Fest, or the next banner that's going to be coming up, is the Vegeta and Trunks, the LR Vegeta and Trunks, considered to be the best unit in the game. So maybe that's something that you want to summon on. Or in the Christmas banner. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, like, don't quote on me, I don't think there's any concrete proof, but there's been like shadowing of proofs, and then obviously to the build up that we currently have right now, you do have to save your stones for Beast Gohan and Orange Piccolo. In my personal opinion, Orange Piccolo, to be fair, I'm more hyped for Orange Piccolo than I am Beast Gohan, because in my honest opinion, like, if you guys do not know me, Piccolo is my favorite character. Just period. Like, he's like, from the original Dragon Ball series up to the end of Z, Piccolo has been my favorite character. And I love the superhero movie where they gave my boy Piccolo the shine that he's deserved after all these years, you know. So Orange Piccolo, I am very hyped for. And if you guys also wondered, Super Saiyan God is my favorite transformation, and I can go in deeper the reasons why, but that can be for another video. Okay, so that's my honest opinion. Should you summon? Should you save? Should you summon or should you save? I would say save your stones. Skip this banner if you're strictly free to play. However, if you're someone like me who just enjoys playing the game, and this is the banner that I look forward to within the year, Super Dragon Ball Heroes is my type of banner. It's my favorite banner of them all. I do save more stones for, let's say, for example, the New Year's and the worldwide celebration and the Step Up banner, New Year's Step Up banner. Not New Year's, sorry, the anniversaries. I do save more stones, but I always try to save as much as I can possibly can after the worldwide celebration for my Super Dragon Ball Heroes, because guaranteed features, and these are just like really new characters, like, yeah. But in this video, if you guys want to do Yeah, blah blah blah. If you guys just wanted the answer and you're strictly free to play, skip. However, guys, summon for the characters that you want. That is my honest opinion. But if you guys do like advice and want to stick to a strict routine of not spending when you don't need to, I would say this is one of those banners that you can just entirely skip and you'll be okay. So what's in this banner? It's basically the Dragon Ball superhero, Dragon Ball heroes. I keep calling superheroes, but Super Dragon Ball heroes. It's going to get confusing. But you got the Super 4 Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Goku Xeno. Bit of a mouthful. Super 4 Power Saiyan 4 Limit Breaker Vegeta Xeno. And then you got Super Hearts. Nice name. Then you got Super Saiyan 4 Bardock that awakened from 2 years ago. And then you got Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, who also awakens from the Heroes banner 2 years ago. You got Supreme Kai of Time, Brainwash, who I think she came out last year, as well as Robelu. But we are... Oh, and you also got Golden Metacooler and Janemba, but they don't awaken now. But if you guys do want to know what these guys do, so you do have 3 new 200% leads. So Goku, he leads crossover in full power, 3 key 170, and additional 30 on stats for characters that belong to the Dragon Ball Heroes category. He's actually pretty decent, to be fair. 3 key 180 attack and defense, plus an additional attack and defense 60 when performing a super attack, plus an additional 80% attack, and reduces damage to you by 30% when all allies attacking in the same turn are super class, full power, or Dragon Ball Heroes category characters. That is a very good additional to his link skill. Super class allies, defense plus 40 when there's an ally whose name includes Vegeta attacking in the same turn, so he does pair well with the Xeno Vegeta. And plus an additional attack and defense 40, and performs a critical hit starting the turn in which this character receives a 7th attack in battle. Raise attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage. That's it, all his links. The things I don't really want to go through, go this in much detail, but yeah, Vegeta would be his best linking partner. All these links here, and then all this team here, but obviously you want to be using him for the Dragon Ball superheroes. Gohan, I think, yeah, they actually got very similar links, because Gohan got experienced fighters as well for an additional 15% attack. Oh, and you also got Super Saiyan 4 Bardock. So all the Super Saiyan 4 hero units link up very well. Surprisingly, this guy links up very well. Okay. Obviously, you got the Super Saiyan 4 Goku. But yeah, I don't want this video to take too long, but let's go to the next 200% lead. You got Super Vegeta, who does lead crossovers and great 8 power, 3 key 170 in stats, and plus an additional 30% of stats to those who belong in the Dragon Ball Heroes category. Very similar to Goku, I believe. Yeah, so the first part of passive very similar. But he does get an additional defense and launches additional super attack when all allies attacking the same turn, or super class great 8 power or Dragon Ball Heroes category ally characters, which is pretty decent, to be fair. I do prefer the 30% damage reduction, but this Vegeta does dish out more power. Super class allies 40% when there's an ally who's include Goku attacking the same turn, plus an additional attack and defense 40. Attacks guaranteed to hit and disables enemies guarding from the turn in which the character performs a 5th super attack in battle, which isn't as good as the critical hit, but you know, it kind of pairs off, because you got the guaranteed hit and then disables enemy attack compared to the critical hit, and then his one's happening in 5th turn. He does raise attack and defense for 1 turn and cause immense damage. Basically similar links to Goku, besides I believe prodigies and royal lineage, but everything else he shares with Goku. But as a Vegeta unit, he does pair well with other Vegeta units. There's a lot, yeah, there's quite a lot, like Blue Evo, the transforming Vegeta. This Vegeta, actually, to be fair, he's actually a very good unit. Does, I think, 40% to he leads, oh whoops. He does he gives Vegeta family allies 2 key 40% attack and defense, so it's pretty decent, And I believe the third 200% lead is Hearts, so he's a Dragon Ball Heroes and Time Travelers, 3 key 170 in stats, and then 30 to those who belong in the crossover category. Time Travelers, we finally got a we finally got a leader skill, like a really good leader skill for time travelers. And believe it or not, this Hearts is actually a pretty good unit. He does give 150 attack and no, sorry, he does give no, he has an attack and defense 150 standard plus an additional 50 when performing super attack. Guards all attacks for the 5 turns from start to turn, which is beautiful. Which it actually does play into his transformation, as you will see later. Plus an additional 50% defense within the same turn when guard is activated. Extreme class ally 1 key 30% attack and defense. Plus an additional 2 key and 20% attack and defense for all allies, and immediate chance of stunning all the enemies when all allies attacking in the same turn are extreme class crossover category characters. So this is pretty decent. So he's basically a 3 key 50% to the crossover category. Nice. So he can be activated starting with 3rd turn start of battle if all allies extreme class, which if this activates, basically when he transforms into basically Super Hearts, Ultimate Hearts, he does have that last turn of guard, or and then obviously from the 5th turn start battle after receiving 5 more attack. Does raise attack and defense and a medium chance stunning the enemy, but then he does transform to Super Hearts. I wouldn't say he's as good, but we'll see. 3 key attack and defense 200% plus an additional 50 when performing super attack. Launches an additional attack when all allies are extreme class. Pretty nice. Plus an additional 150 and disables enemies guard when all allies attacking the same turn are extreme class crossover category characters. Attacks effective against all type when there's a realm of gods category enemy. He does greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. And raises defense for 1 turn with a high chance of stunning. In my opinion, I would basically give this guy full additionals. I think I would give the rest on dodge, like 6 dodge. You don't really need 5 attack because it does get 5 effective against all types. But it's up to you. Actually, wait, maybe. Yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you what you guys want to do. But I would give him full additional, and he does link well with himself, which is pretty decent. He does link actually well with Silas, who did recently got an EZA. So, pretty decent unit. So, obviously, Super Saiyan 4 Bardock has got his Awakening. And he is a pretty decent unit. I'm not going to go through, like, reading the passive skill. I think the main 3 were these 3 guys. But I don't want to drag the video too long. But I think the one thing for concern about this guy is he does have attacks effective against all time when 70% with HP 70% or more, and he does performs a critical hit when HP is 90% or more. It's a bit redundant. At that point, it's just redundant. If you were having this at full 100%, you'll give him full additionals and then maybe the rest on dodge, because I don't see the point of giving him any crits when you have effective against all types and then performs critical hit. In my honest opinion, he would be a better unit if he just has performs critical hit when 70% or more. That's it. I think that should be it. Like at that point, it should be that's all he does. But you know, they kind of like, I wouldn't say they ruined it, but it didn't make him as good as I want him to be, in my opinion, compared to his counterpart, which we'll talk later. He does seal super attack, which is good for super battle road, but don't get me wrong, he is still a very good unit. Like in today's standards, to be fair, in today's standards, he's probably a bit underwhelming. But if you're talking about the whole sense of Dokkan, he is actually a very good unit. So, like, he's good for basically everything else besides Red Zone. So, unlike this guy is probably the best out of them all in Red Zone, because he has a 50% damage reduction when 2 or more great hit power category allies on the team. So. And then he does raise attack and defense. This guy, man. This guy. What's going on? Plus additional 50% defense when performing a super attack. This guy is a beast. I would say him. He's just ridiculous. He is just ridiculous. Like I couldn't say anything else. If I was going to give him 100%, to be fair, from last year I did give him full. No, from 2 years ago I did give him full crit. But if I was doing him, if I had 100% him again, I would say I would say I'll put full additional to maximize his raise attack and defense for 1 turn. But then I give the rest on dodge. I don't think he needs crit at all. He's more defensive than offensive. He has 6 links with Bardock, which is whoa. So that's actually pretty decent, you know. Okay, Supreme Kai time. Okay, she's a bit busted, you know. She has a rare chance stunning all enemies, and then seals attack and super attack for 2 turns, and medium chance stunning all enemies if there's another crossover category ally attacking the same turn. She has 2 chances of stunning the enemies, one being rare chance, the other one being a medium chance. I think rare chance is a 15% if I'm not mistaken. Does it say here? Yeah, I think it might be 15 or 10. No, it's I think a 10%. I think what's greater than rare chance is just chance, which is I think a 20%. So I think it's a 10% chance of stunning all enemies. So great for Super Battle Road and great for the World Tournament, to be fair. But yeah, she gains a lot of attack depending on the debuffs that you have on the enemy. Great for Super Battle Road because you can possibly just like one-shot multiple units. And then she does great. She greatly raises defense for 1 turn and greatly lowers attack. Guys, I would maximize her additional and then rest on crit. I don't think I'll give her dodge. I want her to do as much damage as possible. And if I can proc this twice, her defense is going to be ridiculously high. So she does link well with the Supreme Opie of Time. Jokes in there, but you know. Robelu is actually pretty decent because she has a great chance of seeing enemies attack if there's no Dragon Ball Heroes ally attacking in return. She does greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn and seals super. She's a very support type oriented unit. She does have quite a bit on offensive, but she's basically, I think Truth worded her correctly. She is like a mini Chilai, but she just does quite a bit of damage, to be fair. Still, like she's still like a better all-rounder, but in terms of utility, not as much. But I think this is the part is pretty decent. Additional defense 10%, great, but recovers 5% of HP per Rainbow Key Sphere. So you can, if you get 3, get 15% HP, and with HP the way it is now with 200% lead, that's quite a lot, you know. That is still quite a lot. So very decent unit. So now we're with the Golden Metacooler and Janemba. Obviously he does not awaken yet. So to be fair, it's going to be interesting how they're going to make this guy a bit better. I would say maybe give this 200%, and then it says launches additional attack does have. I would say maybe a great chance of becoming a super attack, or a launches additional 2 attack with high chance. So maybe reduce damage by 30%. And then this one plus an additional 30% up to 60, an additional damage reduction of 6% up to 30 per crossover category ally on the team. So I would say they would probably stick this one the same with 6%. But I think if they made this, it's okay, hear me out, guys. It says per crossover category ally on the team. Added additional category, let's say Wicked Bloodline, and then make it like the one that's like the more the better, like, or the more units in this certain team, the greater the stats. So that I think that would be a great way to improve this character. And then character seals. Okay, what is this? Character's super attack will be sealed if HP is 30% or less from start. Let's just not talk about that. Way to cook yourself there, mate. Yeah, he does link well with other meta coolers. Technically he is golden meta cooler. So Janemba. I'm actually more excited for his awakening. Janemba is actually one of my favorite super villains. But again, I think they're gonna like update this guy probably next year. I think that'll be a great chance of guarding all attack for maybe 7 turns actually in the future. And then It guards all attacks when facing 2 or more enemies, maybe. Yeah. Guard attack and defense 30% per crossover category ally up to 150. That's actually pretty decent. Again, I would like them to add another category, like the cooler, maybe corroded body and mind. I think that'd be a great another category. Plus additional 50% with each super attack perform up to 50. I think they'll keep this, but I think they'll bump this up to maybe 250. And then this one additional defense 30% with each attack received up to 90. I think they'll keep that, but maybe bump this up to 150, maybe 120. High chance of performing critical hit from the character's next attacking turn after the character performs or receives a 5th attack in battle. So if that's the case, then you want to give this guy full I would give him full dodge, and then the rest one for no, because he does supreme damage and raises attack and defense 30% for 3 turns. So I'll give him full additional and give dodge. So I think maximizing this is more important than dodge. I think that would help more in my opinion because it's a higher percentage than dodge. Oh, he does link well with all the Janembas. Shocking. Yeah. But yeah, guys, it's totally up to you if you guys want to summon for these units. I personally summon it because these are like the niche characters. They never, like the way I see it, they never will ever come in Dragon Ball, like the actual canon version of Dragon Ball, like maybe in the future in Dragon Ball Super. But it's like, it's one of those things like, you know, as a kid you grow up and then you figure out like, oh, what's the form that surpasses, you know, Super Saiyan 4? Is it a Super Saiyan 5? Or, you know, that meme with that Super Saiyan Infinite, you know? Like, I do like myself some Super Dragon Ball heroes, but I don't want to bore you guys to death. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. In my honest opinion, free-to-play players, again, skip this, save your stones. But if you're like me, who loves the game, who just likes summoning for Dragon Ball superheroes, summon to our content, and I just hope you guys pull fire, pull heat, because it is impossible to ever get shafted from this with guaranteed features. Yeah, summon if you guys want to summon. If this is what you want, then do it. Like, this is, for me, is what I want. This is hype. I love it. I'll just catch you guys in the next one. Peace.